This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, Jay-Z says nobody touched $1 billion until HOV did. How many billionaires can come from HOV crib? I count 3, me, Ye, and Ree. Well, I would say that Dr. Dre really hit it first, okay? Even though they say his stuff is more. A lot of Jay-Z's deals are like calculated behind closed doors, and they're just estimating, just like Kanye. Not all the facts are out, so you can kind of claim what you are. Dr. Dre was a public sale of a company. He has close to 800 million. This happened in 2014, 5 years before HOV got there. Now they try to discredit it, but like, who wants to argue with Forbes, right? Because you don't want them not really knowing how much you're worth. It just tips off the wrong people. So, but to people like Jay-Z and people like that, they really want the clout from it, especially Ye. Rihanna, she's part of a public company, Fenty, and she really is like officially a billionaire. Like, she's part of her company does makeup. This is how like Kylie Jenner and Kim got there. People keep buying makeup. They have to buy it every couple weeks, right? So it's something you keep buying. It's not like you buy it once in a while or once and then you're done with it. It's always best to have a product that people have to keep buying. So anyways, how is Jay-Z's empire broken down? Well, acquisition was more money than expected. TMZ reports Square paid $350 million for Tidal to buy. They bought an 80% stake in Tidal. They were really like, Nicki made money from that. I think Kanye, whoever put money in. There was a bunch of also that put money in. I think Deadmau5, a bunch of people. I forget how much Jay-Z got out of that, but let's see. I think he got like a couple $100 million, which is crazy. But Square spokesman tells WW that the report is inaccurate. The final aggregate consideration price of deal was worth $302 million, considering that's 80% of Tidal. This gives the music streaming company a total valuation of approximately $377 million. Now, that's still overpriced a little bit because I think Sprint had owned a piece of it for $100 million. How much did Sprint and Tidal? Sprint invested in Tidal. I think they invested for 33%. Yeah, they bought a 33% stake in it. And the service didn't really go up that much after that. So they $200 million. They spent $200 million on 33%. So Tidal actually went down in value. Sprint lost money in this deal because when Sprint made it worth $600 million. So really, Square got a deal, buying $300 million, 80%. You would think they'd only get 50% at that point. They bought 80%, almost the whole company. So the valuation of the company was cut almost in half by the time Jay-Z sold it, which means that Tidal was a failure because it actually went down. I mean, Sprint was buying in 33% stake for $200 million. That's a lot. They overvalued it. Anyways, this goes into he has the Ace of Spades brand, which just got bought out by Moet company. He has his music catalog. He has Rock Nation. Let's see how it is. $1 billion. Now, Kanye really got his money from Yeezy. We know that. And Rihanna, Fenty, Dr. Dre, mostly Beats. Diddy is Ciroc. It's really pushed him up. But he also had, Sean John. He had TV. I would think that Diddy would have been there way before Jay-Z, because basically he has his music publishing. I don't even think he sold. Does he? He didn't even sell his masters yet. But assets ain't one. Rock Nation Empire factors into the 221 sale of Tidal. And he also sold the champagne to LVMH, which owns Moet. But he has like sports. Let's see. So he increased his worth by hundreds of $1 million as year was dropping. He did Tidal, Ace of Spades. Those were two big ones. He has the Cognac, which is worth $120 million. Sweet Green, SpaceX, Uber. He was invested in all those things. So, these with his Rock Nation. He also has John Michael Basquiat. Real estate portfolio. And he owns the publishing and master recordings to 300 songs valued at $95 million. All this stuff is just like calculated in. And that's how they get to that. But like some of these things are just like, wish-washy numbers, Real estate goes up and down. I'm not saying I'm not trying to take anything away from him. I'm just saying, he wasn't the first billionaire. I think Dr. Dre was, but that's up for debate. He still got there though, which is crazy. It's amazing to see and it's amazing that two other billionaires came from under him, from good relationships. So sometimes that takes away from Dame Dash's argument, but maybe Dame Dash has an argument that like, hey, my best friend stabbed me in the back, but maybe that's like the one thing Jay-Z felt like he had to do to get beyond Dame Dash. Dame Dash did get in his own way a lot, thinking he knew best and not being more quiet. He was being too loud, and sometimes that stops people from doing business with you. Jay-Z was more quiet, kept the company of certain people, and that just knew a little bit more than him. Dame Dash usually didn't befriend people that knew more than him. And you can learn a lot from other people. And I think that's where Jay-Z really leveled up, to be honest with you. But anyways, interesting. And it's pretty amazing that, you break that $1 billion mark. That's crazy. But awesome. This is Jordan Tower with JC News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.